Hi everyone! In today's DIY projects, we are crafting with Dollar Tree items. We'll be creating some beautiful home decor items on a budget that you could use to decorate your home. For your shopping convenience, all the items used in today's DIY projects will be linked in the description box below, so do check them out and let's jump right into our first DIY project. For our first project, we are making a vase, and I'm going to be using this large vase from the Dollar Tree, and I'm also using some googly eyes. I'm going to be separating the googly eyes, and I'm taking out the large pieces. Since the vase has a curve, the larger pieces won't be sitting flat on the surface, so we can use those for future projects. I started out using my hot glue to attach the pieces, but I then switched to my tacky glue, and that was much faster. All you have to do is brush the tacky glue on a small area and then apply all your googly eyes. So I'm also using my tweezer to place the pieces. And just make sure that you're not overlapping the pieces. And on the edges, you just want to go around and make sure that it's straight first, and then you can just fill in the areas. Now here's how it looks. I'm going to take it outside and spray paint it with my Rust-Oleum white gloss. I used 7 packs of my googly eyes and I have all this left over, so we can use those for future projects. Here's how this project turned out, guys. I hope you like this one. Now let's move on to our second project. I'm making a small sculpture for a table. And I'm just using some waste paper and I'm folding them in pieces. I'm going to be using aluminum foil for this project. So in order not to use too much of my foil, I'm using the paper to pad it instead. Just watch to see what I'm doing, okay? So I'm just breaking off pieces of my aluminum foil and I'm wrapping the paper. And I'm just basically squeezing it in the shape that I want it to be. And I just kept patting it until it looks the way I want it to look. Now for the base of my sculpture, I'm going to be using this little round wood piece from the Dollar Tree. And I'm just using my hot glue to attach my sculpture to that base. I'll take it outside and spray paint it with my metallic gold spray paint. And then I realized that the shape that I was going for, it did not look proper, so I switched it up a bit and I'm curving the larger piece, and I'm also adding a butterfly. For my butterfly, I'm using my white gloss spray paint on the edges, just on the 4 corners. And then I'm also using some black paint just to dab it a bit. Since it's gold, I want to add some dimension. And I'll just use my hot glue to glue the butterfly right between that space. And here's the final result, guys. I hope you like this one. Let's move on to the next project. We are using these table decorations from the Dollar Tree. I'm using 2 of them. I'm going to be using Fix All, and I also got this from the Dollar Tree. And I'll just attach both of them together, put a generous amount. And I'm making a paperweight. Now I'll take my paperweight outside and I'll spray paint it with my Rust-Oleum white gloss. Here it is after it was dry. I also gave it a coat of my clear enamel. I had a different plan for this particular paperweight. I'm using my paint pen to draw a line in the center going all the way around in that groove, but it did not turn out very neat, so I changed my plan. I was just going to leave it at that and place a piece of leather on either side of the seams, but I didn't like the way the gold looked in the center. It was not very neat, so I switch up things a bit and I'm using my tacky glue. I'm just placing my tacky glue in different areas and then I'll attach gold foil on the areas. After it was dry, I used my brush to brush away the excess gold foil. Then I seal it with my clear Rust-Oleum spray paint. Here's how this project turned out, guys. I hope you like this one. Let's move on to the next project. I'm going to be using 3 of these wreath forms from the Dollar Tree. They're 12 inches. And I'm also using my Gorilla Wood Glue to attach all 3. I'll place 2 on the base and 1 on the top in the center. I'm using my ruler to make sure that it's centered properly. I'll mark the spot before I remove the top one. Now I'll add my wood glue on all the areas. And we're making a wall decoration. This one, I'm replicating this wall decoration, but mine will be slightly different. So we're joining those 2 at the base, and then this one will lock both of them. Now it's dry. I'll take it outside and spray paint both sides with my Rust-Oleum black matte spray paint. I'm also using 12-inch mirrors, and I'll leave a link to all these items I'm using in the description box, both for the Dollar Tree and the items that I got from Amazon. I'm placing my frame upside down and I'm attaching the center mirror first, and then I'll attach the other 2. To attach my mirrors, I'm using Fix-All along with some metal glue. Just use any strong adhesive that you have. I did not use hot glue because I want my mirror to be very flat on my wreaths. I allowed those to dry. The next step is to cut my dowels to size, and I'm using these half round dowels. And these are 36 inches long. So we're going to need 1 piece for the center. So we have 1 piece of dowel that's going to be 36 inches. That's for the center. Now we're going to be cutting our other pieces. And the first cut will be 4 inches down, and we're going to cut 2 pieces of those. Next cut will be 8 inches down, and we're cutting 2 pieces of those. The next cut will be 12 inches. And the next cut will be 16 inches, 2 pieces also. And for this 2 pieces, we're going to be using the 16-inch pieces that we cut off and also the 20-inch. So we're using 9 total of our half-inch dowels. And to cut my dowels, I'm just using my garden shears. And these extra pieces that you're cutting, just put them up for future use. We can always use those. So we used 9 pieces total. One piece is 36 inches. That's for the center. I'm just using my sanding paper to make sure they're all nice and neat and smooth, and the edges are nice and smooth also. Next, I'm just lining up my pieces. The 36 inches will be in the center, and then the 32 inches will be on the sides, and so on and so forth to the smallest, which is 16 inches. Just hold them very tight and use your hot glue to attach the pieces. You want them to be very tight together. Now I flip them over and I'm just making sure that they're nice and tight, and I'm using my painter's tape to hold them together, and I'll just attach 2 pieces of my painter's tape. Now I'll flip them back on the front, and I'm using my wood glue to connect the pieces together permanently. Now it's nice and dry. I'm going to take it outside and spray paint it with my matte black spray paint, and I'm also using my gold spray paint on the edges. And I left out that center area where I need to add my frame to my mirrors. That way I'll have a better bond with the glue. I place my mirrors upside down and I'm just trying to center it. We should have 3 inches on the top and 3 inches on the bottom from the smallest pieces. Just make sure that it's straight. I'm just marking a line just to make sure that I place them back correctly after I add my adhesive. Just use any strong adhesive that you have. The Gorilla construction glue would work perfectly for this project, but I didn't have any of those. To hang our wall decor on the wall, I'm just using this picture frame hook, and I'm using 2 small screws to screw it in the back. And here's how this project turned out, guys. I want you to tell me which project was your favorite. I hope you enjoyed this week's video. Thank you so much for watching. If you missed last week's video, here it is on the screen. Just click that rectangular box to watch. I really appreciate your time. Thank you so much. Please remember to give me a thumbs up before you leave and share this video with someone that you think may be interested. I really appreciate your time. Take care, and I'll talk to you in my next one. Bye-bye.